Lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the LA Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, Herbert. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. The Chargers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Herbert now. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now a 2-time Pro Bowler coming off a big year, Saquon Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On play action. Now Rodgers. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. 7 yards there and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Gets around him, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Well, some concern out there right now as we got an injury stoppage. It's DK Metcalf who's getting some help following that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. A first down carry for Barkley. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That'll be caught by Rice. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Aaron Rodgers scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point good by Prater. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That one caught by Rice. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. They'll run wide side here with Barkley to about the 26 here. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to get the football because those guys are the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Barkley inside handoff. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Rodgers now on 1st down. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
That is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. D. Eskridge, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. The Charger drive about to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
Taking it right down Broadway. Still going inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Herbert going to change the play here. Now a first down carry for Harris.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
They run again with Harris. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Damian Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it's just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
John Johnson with the INT. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Harris running straight ahead. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Herbert. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They hand this off to Harris. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Damian Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Now a play fake. Rodgers looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers to throw once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now they're in the hurry-up. Rodgers wants to change the look. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, and that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
What about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Rashee Rice from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Prater on to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Throw left side complete. That's Harris. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by DeMarvin and Overshown. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Barkley, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Another try for Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Cowboys have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Herbert now. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Chris Godwin. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Damian Harris, 75 yards. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with a
football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
To throw, it's Rodgers. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Kincaid was drafted as a tight end. Many thought he was the best in his class. But plays like that remind you his position should really just read pass catcher. He's someone who gets it done lined up off the tackle or out wide.
Barkley, toss play left. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 115 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now 2nd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. To Barkley on the check down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Herbert. To him again. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. Wk6 in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number 1, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and that should be that.
It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
2nd and 5. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're